Okay. Hello, hello, hello. What's up, everyone? Let me know if you all can hear me, see me. Okay. Let me get my iPad. No, I think this should be fine. Hey, you. How are you doing? Okay, you all can see me. Can you all hear me? Let's see. Okay, perfect. Hey, Donna. Hey, Donna. Okay. All right, we're here. Oh my goodness. I don't feel good. Um, but I'm here. I am here with you all, and let me just push this back so you all will be able to see. Oh, this right here. Okay, so yeah, I was talking to Nyla not too long ago, and we were talking about some things, and this was maybe like 2 months ago, 3 months ago. I don't remember how long it was, but she and I, we were talking about the state of BWE, right? What it was, how we see it changing. And, from our conversation, we pretty much felt similarly, about the way things are headed. But those are our feelings, right? Yes, we're both ladies that have life experience and insight, but I kind of wanted to use tarot to see what spirit has to say about the state of BWE, right? Because, you know, as black women, things are very serious for us. A lot of us are doing okay, a lot of us are not doing okay. And we are the influencers of the world. And a lot of times when we have movements, they start off well and then they kind of change and morph into something else. Sometimes they're taken over, sometimes they destruct from within, right? So I wanted to use tarot to try and see if we can get some answers about the state of BWE and where it's possibly headed. Um, yeah, so that was my thought process with this. I am going to shuffle and then I'm going to just start laying it all out. Let me adjust the brightness on my laptop because I cannot see a darned thing. Okay, so before I get started, let me say hello to everyone. Okay, I said hello to Donna. I said hello to Mel. Hey, Sleepy B. Nyla is in the building. What's up, Nyla? Okay, let me see. Donna says she has a question. What are the rules around the question? Like, are names allowed to be mentioned or you don't want names brought up? Um, yeah, for everybody in the chat, and if you are a mod, if you see any type of foolery, um, I'm opinions are fine. Um, Foolery, any type of mammying, climbing up the mountain, out here doing the Naker shuffle, anything like that, I'm not here for. But I'm definitely down for a conversation and a discourse, and I'm here to answer. You all ask the questions, and we're gonna ask spirit. I do ask that we please stay on topic tonight, and please do not use any other content creators' names in the chat, with the exception of Nyla, because Nyla is here. Um, and we're all part of the same team, right? But yes, please no other content creators' names in the chat. We're going to keep things respectful, because we're really just trying to see what Spirit has to say about BWE and where it's headed, okay? Hey, Kevin, how are you? Starry eyed? Alikia? Let's see who else is here. Starry eyed. Alikia. Okay. Yeah, thanks for that question, Donna. Yeah. So if you all have questions, start putting them in the chat, but don't rapid fire the questions because I have to have time to read the question, shuffle, read the cards, and then tell you the feedback that I'm getting, okay? So, without further ado, and I just got out of the shower, so when I tell you I am squeaky, squeaky, squeaky clean, I am super squeaky clean. Okay, so, hey girl. Yeah, so, okay. So, my question, this is my question, that the first question that we're going to start off with is, what is the state of BWE, Black Women's Empowerment? So that's the question we're going to jump this off with, because I do not plan on being here long tonight. Maybe an hour, hour and 20, because I don't feel well. I just took some meds, so. All right, Spirit, what is the current state of BWE? Show us, Spirit. Okay. The current state of BWE. And I'm using my Legacy of the Divine Tarot deck because it's very balanced and it's a tried and true deck for me. So let me see. I'm going to start out with these. So let me push this back just a little bit more. So this is what I have here. Push it back just a little bit more. Okay. So shout out to my Grogu shirt from Cancun that Mr. Hoodoo got for me a couple years ago. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I'm going to try to put these up. Four of Swords. King of Swords came in reverse. Four of Wands came in reverse. So right off the rip, I'm seeing we have these fours here. So we're past the creation period and moving forward in time with that. So right now, BWE is kind of in, it's a standstill, almost a transitionatory phase. It's not really resting. It's resting, but the logic behind it isn't where it needs to be, and it's turning unstable, right? Because if this was upright, there would be the stability, right? This came out in the reverse. So let me see. I want to see what this means right here. Yeah, this instability, and there are actions behind it that are bringing it to that point of instability. Let's see a little bit more. What does this mean, Spirit? I gotta see what this means too. Yeah. It was in a place of logic. It was pretty logical, but like I said, this came in the reverse, so the logic is no longer there with BWE. What does this mean? The logical thought process is thinking things through clearly is no longer there. And it's almost like it's getting to the point that whatever logic is, whatever the reverse of logic is, that's where BWE is going. Because normally someone who's on their game mentally, who knows what they're doing mentally, but like I said, this came in the reverse, so that mental shift is there from logic to being illogical. So, and I think we can kind of see that. So, to Tequila, y'all. Let me tell y'all something real quick. Tequila is so beautiful. Every time I see her picture on Instagram, I'm just like, you are so beautiful. Okay. So this is the Six of Wands in reverse, the Queen of Wands, and that's to clarify this Four of Swords, Page of Cups in reverse, Queen of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay. Welp. And let me see. Nyla, my favorite person. I'm just looking at the chat real quick. Okay. So, yeah. We're BWE right now. The roads do not lead to success. The roads do not lead to go forward, collect $200. And when you're seeing the Six of Wands, excuse me, the Six of Wands is usually success, 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 because that is Jupiter in Leo. This card is in reverse. The state that BWN is now is, you definitely don't want to be in line with it, because there's no more success there. There's no more, you don't want to be aligned with this. And we got this Queen of Wands right here, right? And in this particular deck, this Queen of Wands is one that is, I don't want to say she's sneaky, but she's very manipulative. So you have a state of instability. The goodness has come to a standstill. Illogical thought processes. Unsuccess, being unsuccessful. And you have energy that has become manipulative and conniving. And I think one of the things that we have to remember about a Queen of Wands, like most of the times people don't think about women as being, you have to watch out for women. Not like when you're looking at like a king or a knight, right? The queen cards are normally thought of as being passive. This one right here, this is that energy of manipulation, and she's gonna take the actions to manipulate and twist things around to what she wants them to be. And this is the energy, right? So there are women in the realm of BWE that are manipulating and twisting things. Because like I said, look at her face. Does she look like you want to tangle with her? No. She is with the business, and unfortunately that's what we're getting, right? So it's no longer coming from a place of love. And there are people here and they're out to get their coins. I mean, you hate to see it, the monopolizing, the monetary drive behind things. And I get it, times are hard for some people, but the movement is becoming where my coins, where my coins. So remember, we talked about this instability right here. Yeah. It's really turned away from its true purpose, what it began to be. And yep, more of that illogical, dumb energy here. And I kind of feel like this trio here is the trio to watch out for, because we have this instability here. It's being turned away from what the purpose was. And we have Knight, right? Knights are usually some of the more energetic of the suits when it comes to the court cards. And they're usually headed straight on, like they just have this path, this what they must do is this, whatever's here in the night, the realm of the night, is what they must do. They have one job to do, and they're going to do it. And this Knight of Swords, which we're talking about thought processes, logic, plans, thinking things through, this here in a reverse. So it's headed straight to the pit fires and the dumpster of the illogical, stupid realm. I mean, it is what it is. And I hate to say it, like, it's one thing to have your thoughts about it. It's another thing to have spirit confirm what you're thinking. And like I said, Nyla and I kind of talked about this a couple of months ago. And child, is just, yeah, it's on the highway to dumbness. The highway to dumbness. So I find that really, really, really interesting. So, all right, start getting your questions. That's the state of BWE right now. I kind of, well, if that's where it's headed, I kind of want to see what the future of it may bring, because this is the state of it now, but we're kind of having that forward momentum into the realm of stupidity. So I kind of want to see what the future of BWE may bring us. So I'm going to put these cards back in, reshuffle, and then I'm going to start with the questions in the chat. So, wow. Wow. Child. How y'all doing tonight? How are y'all doing tonight? Let's put this in. Oh, I need my medicine to kick in. Wisdom. Hey, girl. I don't know if you saw it, Wisdom, but the state of BWE, it has turned away from its purpose and is headed riding a horse straight to Idiotville. So, and there are women inside of BWE who are manipulating it for coins. That was pretty much what we got from the first set of cards, Wisdom. So, if you have any questions that you'd like me to ask, you'd like me to answer in regards to BWE, feel free to put your question in the chat, Wisdom. I'm about to read right now on the potential future of BWE, and then I'm going to start with the chat questions. So I'm a little scared to turn these over, but we gonna see. Okay. Let me start clarifying these right now. What does this mean? Show me what this means. Welcome back, Nyla. Nyla, let me just recap. The first set of cards, the state of BWE, for Nyla and for anyone coming in, is that BWE is being manipulated by certain women for money. The true purpose of it, many women have turned away from the true purpose of it, and it's riding the train to Idiotville. That's pretty much the current state of BWE. So, Nyla, you and I had talked about this. Our suspicions are confirmed by spirit, so we're just gonna move right along, right? We're gonna move right along. Yep, here we go with that again. Makes sense. Okay, all right. So this card, and Lord, my nails, help, send help. Okay, Justice, Lovers in reverse. And then we have the Fool in reverse. All right. Here again, we just saw this Four of Swords, right? Now the Four of Swords came up in reverse. So let's make sure we're paying attention to the numbers. We have another 4 here because we have this Emperor in reverse. Queen of Swords in reverse. 6 of Swords in reverse. Ace of Wands in reverse. The Mage, the Magician in reverse. The Emperor in reverse. All right, so give me a second. Let me see. What do I see? So funny because these are the cards that are standing out to me. This one too. All of these major arcana cards are kind of standing out to me. Okay, so the potential future of it. Okay, so let me just say, BW, from what I'm looking at right here, BWE, there's a small chance, probably about like this much chance, that BWE can return to its true purpose. It's a small chance, a slim chance. But there's so much energetically going on. I don't see that chance being given a chance. Okay. So a lot of BWE was to bring light to, where many women are, where many Black women are right now with regards to how they're being treated, relationships, things like that. And when I say relationships, not just romantic relationships, but, your place in society, your place in the workplace, it was really about empowerment and coming together for empowerment. Part of that had a little bit of, it has some justice to it, right? Because we all know about, what is it, every 5.5 hours? Is it 5 hours now? Black femicide, things like that. So there was a justice component to it. But what I'm seeing is that a lot of the justice component, it's not there anymore. And for whatever reason, and this may have to be another video, for whatever reason, BWE as a whole is not thinking logically about things. Like when BWE started, it was fierce in a way because it garnered attention, right? We were backing up things with statistics, with research, with primary sources. We were doing our due diligence when we were explaining things to people and, giving people a background as a reason, why you should listen to us, right? We weren't just talking out of the side of our mouths. That's pretty much, it's gone. That part is gone now. It's gone, right? And it's so funny that we have this Lovers card sitting here, this Lovers in reverse. And what I'm getting from this is that there is, I don't want to say a fight, but there may be a struggle to try and redefine what BWE is in the future. And unfortunately, some of it is going to go to looking at things from a romantic perspective, right? Heavy sigh, because romance isn't the end all be all to anyone's life, male or female, right? But here it is, that type of damn foolery. Now, when it goes to this, unfortunately, it's going to come to a full stop. It's going to come to a full stop. And the energy behind it it's gonna die out. The spark is gonna die out because it'll become just another conversation about who are you sleeping with instead of the dynamics and the justice portion of it that we were really starting out with. This move into this whole romance, sexual, who you sleeping with is really, really, really gonna kill it. It's gonna be going nowhere fast. Um, what started out as something great, child, it won't go anywhere. It won't go anywhere. And again, I'm seeing this is a magician. All the tools, all the data, all the research, all the statistics that we were using that was helping to give us a voice, especially because there are so many educated Black women. It's just gone. It's gone, and it's transforming. It's it's the power behind it won't be used for anything good. I think someone said it may turn into the male manosphere. Well, what do you get when you have a male tyrant, right? That's not standing in their purpose, but in the female form. Yeah. So, hands on head, right? Yeah. I think that we can, and I'm gonna look at the chat in a minute, but I'm flabbergasted. I mean, I am, but I'm not. Because like I said, those who have foresight, those who can see, kind of saw it transforming, months ago, i.e. Nyla and I. And like I said, I'm shocked, but I'm not, but I'm shocked. You know, sometimes you just don't want to be right, and this is an occasion of that. So, jinkies, yikes. With that being said, let me start getting to the questions in the chat. And you know what's sad, because I remember when and I'm going to say her name myself. I remember when Blue Nola Tarot, shout out to Blue Nola Tarot. I remember when she was reading on, I think it was like Black men. I hope I'm remembering that correctly. Like the Black Male Collective. And I was just like, I just don't believe this. I don't believe what I'm seeing. And when I tell y'all, I did a reading myself on the Black Male Collective, and when I tell you the same cards that popped out in her reading, if I'm remembering that correctly, popped out in mine, I was just like, okay. Okay. So, like I said, I hate to. Sometimes you just really hate to be right, but it is what it is. So, let me start going into some of these questions. Okay, the first question, of course, is Donna. So this is the first question, and I'm going to put it up here. Okay, so Donna asks, after the BWE trend of dating white men is over, will the movement go back to putting Black men on a pedestal? Ooh, let's see. That's a good question. Okay, Spirit. Give it one more shuffle. Let's see. After the trend of BWE dating white men is over, will the movement go back to putting Black men on a pedestal? I don't see that as well, let me say this. Initially, there won't be any resistance to it. There won't be any standing up to it. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Y'all, these meds are kicking in. I'm starting to feel better. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so I just have to laugh because the energy that I'm getting off of this is kind of like the energy that I'm getting off of this is that there are some black men who know that it's gonna turn back to idolizing them. So there are mammies who are on Mammy Mountain. And then there will be more mammies on Mammy Mountain. Shout out to the Mammy Mountain. Um, yeah, yeah. There are gonna be some men that know they won't have to put in any type of work. So to answer your question, yes. To answer your question, yes, Donna. There are gonna be men who know they won't have to put in any type of work. Some of them might be a little emotional and they ain't gonna have to put in no work because right now, standards, right? Right now there are standards. Women say they aren't accepting this, you gotta do that. Okay. They waiting you out and they fine with that. And they know they ain't gonna have to do no type of work. They know they ain't gonna have to do no type of work to get them a partner. Because right now with standards, it's gonna turn back into we got it on lock. So they just waiting. Is it gonna be like ha ha ha? You ain't got no more options, and then it's gonna give them a reason to go back to being stingy, to go back to the money is just for me. I'm not spending on you. I ain't gotta do nothing because Mammy Mount, right? It won't be too much and I'm laughing at this because it's just like it's going to go the transition phase, right? But kind of like I'm trying to think how to describe it. When you think something is changing, but it's really not changing. Yeah. Like there won't be any spiritual rebirth to it. The change and the transformation is supposed to bring something new, it's supposed to bring something different. It's just gonna go right back to what it was. Jesus. Save them. Yeah. The it won't be too hard anymore. It used to be all this ebb and flow and this and that, but again, there won't be any type of because normally when you're having this temperance like this, you have to work at doing things, right? And it won't be no need to work. It really won't need. It really won't be any need to work. So yeah, from what I'm seeing here, the answer is yes, Donna Child. I'll pray if you pray, and just make sure that you. Child, I'm so done. Okay, I'm so done. Good question. Okay, let me see. Thanks, Nyla. Okay. Okay, Donna's next question is why are there so many black women in BWE spaces pretending not to care about black men or men when that's all they talk about? Child. Now we know that many women were brought up to climb Manny Mountain. Part of that is societal as far as the answer to that, but we're gonna see what spirit got to say. And y'all, every time my deck does that, where I'm shuffling and it kind of gets stuck, there's going to be some sad truth coming out. So there will be sad truth coming out. Okay. Spirit. Why are there so many black women in BWE spaces pretending not to care about black men or men? And that's all they talk about. Why, Spirit? Show us with the cards. Show us the answer with the cards, Spirit. All right. Who is? I'm tired of him showing up already. Okay, so what I'm getting with this is that for the most part, they're in these spaces pretending not to care because pretty much they're liars. Okay? They're liars. Secretly, they're pretending to be so full of wisdom, right? They pretend to be so full of wisdom, but they're not. I mean, let's just be real. They want a man. It just is what it is. They want a man. But see, this pretending to have this wisdom, which they don't, they're secretly wanting a man, but what they don't understand is this right here, this is not a good parent. Their thought processes, which they think are logical, is going to get them a man. But whatever man that they get with this thought process, it still won't be right. But no, they're secretly wanting a man, secretly wanting a man. And I kind of feel like some of these women are the ones who are talking about men all the time. I kind of feel like some of these women are the women that are bringing down BWE. I kind of feel like they're the ones slowly sowing the seeds of destruction, right? They're biding their time, slowly bringing about the destruction of what BWE was, right? Out here lying. They just out here lying. Emotionally, they're all the pretending, right? Because these are cards here, but I'm getting different types of impressions in my mind, right? The energy of being liars, the energy of being fake and phony, the energy of, and I'm trying to say this nicely, the energy of you probably need to go see someone is here. Okay? It's here. Because some of them are really wanted men. They don't care if he's immature, financially unstable. They don't care if he's emotional. They don't care if he's probably going to be verbally or mentally abusive. Like they don't care. They're lying because their thought process is, I say all this, but in reality they're climbing Mammy Mountain. And I know that it's just like that, but that's dumb to be in these spaces and do that. But we got to understand this is what they're doing on the internet. Most of them probably have a man, have a man that isn't doing anything for them, entertaining men that aren't doing anything for them. Because when you get on the internet, that's the internet. They know what's going on in their private lives. Like they're saying these things, but they know because they don't have to necessarily their internet life and their real life are two different lives for them. They're so to answer your question, they're doing all that to quickly bring the movement down, because for most black women have been socialized to want a man, need a man. Your life is defined by a man, right? It's defined by a man. So, just like, oh, and I want to say, I'm not going to say what I was going to say. What I will say is, there are some people who say X, Y, and Z about men and about black men, but their personal lives don't reflect what they're saying. So I'll say that like that. So that's the answer to your question, Donna. Okay, let's see. Donna with the rapid fire questions. Yeah, starry eye. Yep. And like I was saying, with some of the previous sets of cards, when we came out the gate, when we were presenting our side of things, we were coming with the facts. We were coming with primary sources. We were coming with these are the statistics, and not just some statistics by theroot.com, no shade to the root, but we were coming with, FBI statistics. We were coming with, census data. We were coming with, all this information, you know, that was proving what we were saying. Now it's, well, X, Y, and Z. It's some I saw on this Instagram post, and it's not supporting the way we needed to support. It's not logical, because when you're talking to the world, you have to present your facts, you have to present your information. You can't go off of what Jessica said the other day, right? You have to present your data, you have to present your information when you want people to even think about coming to your side or listening to you. So yeah, okay. Let me see. Hey Tiff. I'm just reading the chat real quick. Yes. Grogu, Baby Yoda. Yeah, this is, what does it say? Oh, so it's Mexico right here. Yeah, this is from one of my Cancun trips that Mr. Hoodoo got this shirt for me. So because we had just watched The Mandalorian, and Baby Yoda eats everything just like me. So he's my spirit animal. Okay. Starry Eye said this is sad. Hello, beautiful ones. Hey, Coruscant, my girl. Yes, Coruscant. Okay, I'm gonna try to hurry up and go through these questions because, okay, no more questions right now because I'm trying to. Donna had like 5 million questions. Okay, this is the next question. After the BWE's trend is over, next creators? What will be these next creators' next program to manipulate Black women's feelings? Right, because we see that many are here now just for the money. Because in the past year, the past year and a half, I've seen so many women just pop up with saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over. And it's just like, is this the new bag now? Like, is this what we have to do to get a bag? And it's just like I personally, I can't do that because it's disingenuous to me, right? So it's just like, one, it's become an echo chamber. Two, it's become a tearing down of other women. Three, it's turned away from what it was supposed to be. And forgive me for yawning. I had some Cajun pasta tonight, so I'm gonna sleep good. Yes, tequila is beautiful. Tequila is so beautiful, y'all. Like, every time I see her face, I'm just like, Lord, she is beautiful on IG. Okay. All right. So pretty much Donna is just like, what's gonna be the next scam? We'll see. We'll see if I don't think. Let me. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. Okay. So the next scam to manipulate black women's feelings, and this is just from this point in time now. I think it's going to go back to the because right now we're in the black women should rest in their femininity. You know, your man, your spouse, your partner should, you know, do their share so your life can be easier. You know, you should be sitting pretty, all these different things. I think it's going to go back into black women being strong. It won't necessarily be the mule, quote unquote. It won't necessarily be, you know, black women, you know, carry the country, carry the world. I don't think it'll be like that. I think it's going to be more of you are strong, you are capable, you are able, black women. So it's going to kind of be like how some people say, I don't need no man. It's kind of going to go back to that. It's kind of going to go back to I don't need no man. I'm capable, I'm strong. And then we're going to mix that with a little bit of this is what you can do, women, to earn more and to get the bag. So I won't be surprised if I see more things along the lines of like, remember when like tummy tea was a thing and like detox tea was a thing and come by this whatever waist trainer, whatever, come by this, you know, you can be your own boss chick, you strong. Like that's kind of what I see. That won't be based in too much logic either. It's definitely going to be building on feelings. It's going to be there's going to be an emptiness, a void left over from once this BWE in its current standpoint, once it fully destructs, the women who are left are going to be like, you know, we're still standing, we're still here, we're strong, we're this, that, and the third. And there are going to be so many more. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with starting your own business, but don't be surprised if you see more quick MLM pyramid scheme type. Because a lot of those had kind of died down. Like people saying, hey, come join my such and such, and you can such and such. A lot of that had died down. But I think the, and I'm going to call it false finance, um, I think a lot of that's going to start to come back maybe in the next year or so. So, all the tummy tucks, the not tummy tucks, Lord, the tummy teas, all of that, it's gonna come back. And yeah, that's what I see it that's coming back. So very, very interesting question. Okay, let me go back to the chat. Story I said I see it on TikTok a lot. Yep. We talked about that. Okay, so Donna's next question is why are black women so obsessed with men? Girl, we all know the answer to that. All right, let me start the shuffle. Put these back in, do another shuffle. All right, Spirit. Why are black women so obsessed with men? Oh, okay. Show us with the cards, Spirit. Why are black women so obsessed with men? All right, let me try to do that one more time. Didn't feel like they were ready. All right. Why? 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 Interesting. Mm, okay. So I'm going to say this as best as I can. um, okay. So why are Black women so obsessed with men? Okay, so as a whole, as a collective, Black women are so obsessed with men because they lack self confidence. Okay, they lack self confidence. Number one. Number two. Now, I don't know the best way to say this, but many Black women are incapable of making decisions that will move their futures ahead in a positive way. Many are not thinking about things before they make decisions. Like some really out here just going through life trying to pin the tail on a donkey with a blindfold on. And like I said, I hate to say it, but so that's part of the issue too. If they're not able to make good decisions, it's definitely going to be easy to make a wrong decision when it comes to, like I said, they already don't many already don't have self-confidence. So no self-confidence coupled with the inability to make good decisions that move your life forward. Um, many many don't know how to wait for partnerships, and a lot of times it's becoming a life lesson. They keep making the same mistakes over and over and over. Um, Unstable, come from unstable homes. Um, they don't know how to, because many are come from unstable homes. Many do, many don't, but we're talking about those who come from instability, those who don't know what it looks like to have a balanced relationship, a balanced family life, that give and take. They're they're immature with it. So to summarize that, to answer that question, Black women are so the collective of Black women are so obsessed with men because men will be the stabilizing factor for them, because many come from unstable homes. Many don't know how to make good choices. If everything in their life is going wrong, then for some reason, a man, any type of man, can make it better. Many don't know how to wait, and it's not about vetting, but many don't know how to wait to even begin to see and vet things out. Um, and a lot of it is being told that a relationship, any type of relationship, is better than being single. But when you take on that energy, pertaining to this question, when you take on this energy, that is going to be the energy. It's going to be almost like a karmic life lesson. This is why sometimes we see some women making the same mistakes with regard to men, right? Because yes, men can do better, but you don't have to be in a relationship with him for him to be even near you to do you wrong, right? That's why sometimes you see some women in their 50s still making the same mistakes. It becomes a lifelong karmic lesson until they get it right. No self confidence, um, no self esteem, So, yeah, I hope that answers your question, Donna. So, okay. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Let me go to the chat. Let me go down to these messages at the bottom. Okay, well, let me start getting some stuff from Let me start trying to read some of this. Hey, J Dolph. Let me try and catch up with the chat before I go to some more questions. Okay, J Dolph, Eclectic Tarot with the gems tonight. Listen, I'm just explaining what I see. Um, Donna said, ouch, spirit is drilling black women tonight. I mean, it is what it is. She said, they're going to have to look at the economy. Hickam, girl, she talking about I want a poke bowl. Not that strong shit again. Yep, they're going to come with that. Yep, it's coming back. Nyla says she's having steam, veggies, and chicken. Girl, yes. Mr. Hoodoo, y'all know he was throwing down. Not only did he make a white chicken lasagna, meaning, a white lasagna like white cheese, ricotta cheese, and all like that, with chicken and spinach, but he also made Cajun pasta. It was like lobster ravioli, spinach ravioli, andouille Cajun sausage, chicken, and shrimp with spinach in it. Child, my belly is full. So yeah, I had a little bit of both tonight. It was delicious. Wisdom over feelings. Yeah. Fast forward to catch up. I'm trying. Okay. Bashing black women is hookah. Wisdom over feelings said it's like dear white people in reverse. Nyla says she's back. Her family keeps calling. Tiff says that's it. I'm searching for a Baby Yoda shirt while I'm listening to this live. Girl, yes. Okay, so I'm going to try to move through these questions as fast as possible. Because Donna with the questions, y'all gotta jump Donna. Because Donna is always here with the questions. Okay, so let me move through these. Okay, so this is what I'm answering right now. Let me start shuffling. Why are black women so obsessed with being a preference for a group of men, like white men globally? I know the answer to that question, but we're going to see what Spirit has to say. We're not going to like this answer. Y'all see every time the cards shuffle like that. We're not going to like what Spirit got to say. I mean, yeah, we're not going to like this. I don't make the rules. It just is what it is. I am a little chilly, but yeah, we're not gonna be on here too late tonight. Yeah, spirit about the drill. Okay, Spirit. Why are black women so obsessed with being a preference for a group of men? Child. Okay. Okay, let me put my hands on my head real quick. Cause like I said, we not gonna every time my card shuffle like that, I know how this deck is. So every time my card shuffle like that, that means we're not gonna like an answer. But it is what it is. Okay. So let me see. Okay, so okay, so I'm just gonna say it. Okay, so the reason why is because there are many black women who consider themselves to be unlucky, have had unlucky. This is a wheel in reverse. To be unlucky in relationships, they've had dealings with certain black men that did them wrong or whatever. So they're just like, okay, they're just going. It's like throwing away the entire race of men because of actions of some, right? And I get it. Because of these dealings that they've had, with some black men that have brought them to feel like they're unlucky, they don't want to wait. They don't want to wait for, yeah, they don't want to wait. They're not interested in trying again. They're not interested in doing anything to better their chances. It's just like, throw the whole group away. We're going to start over with somewhere else. So, unfortunately, I get it, but it's not based in logic, right? I get it that for the most part, as a collective, right, we understand as a collective, but that doesn't mean that every black male, and some people may get on me for that, but I mean, I'm just saying it because you haven't dated every black male. It'd be different if you have dated every black male, however many millions or billions of them there are, but you haven't. So in their mind, this illogic, this non-logical way of thinking is to just move on to the next group of men, which we know the dichotomy in the black community is either black or white. So they're not dealing with black anymore. They're moving on to white. So, and they know that they know that they're out here they're defending it because, like I said, for them, we can't remove their experiences from them. They've had those experiences. Those experiences are part of who they are, but that's what they defended with, right? That's what they defended being a preference with, right? But once again, it's not a balanced way of thinking. This isn't a balanced, it's not a plan, it's not a balanced, it's unbalanced, it's illogical, right? It's illogical. And for some, it's gonna end up the same way, right? Because moving your obsession or moving your desire from one race of men to another is not gonna erase um people who treat you wrong and people who aren't right in that race, because we all know some people are out there, they're fine with a Billy as long as Billy is white. um Once again, not thinking right, not thinking straight. So that's why they felt unlucky in their past dealings with black men, and you know that experience has brought them to the illogical point of, we just gonna throw the whole race away and we're gonna do everything that we can to be the preference for white men, because in the black community we all know the dynamics when it comes to race relations, things like that. We know in the black community it's black white without any nuance in between. So that's why, Donna, to answer your question. So okay, let's see. Hmm, I love my cortisol. Okay, let's see. Okay, sorry eyes question. And let me go down here and read at the bottom of the chat. Hi, Screenwriter 94. See, we keep every time, and while I'm shuffling, I'm gonna I'm gonna talk to y'all. Yeah, Nyla, every time we tell him, I'll be like, babe, don't you wanna because you know you can sling some plates, right? Now, Mr. Hoodoo's mom does cater. Because baby, this Crucian family cooks, okay? So, ooh, you know what the shuffle like that means. Yeah, Mr. Hoodoo's mom does cater, so she's the one as far as like the business, with catering and stuff like that. But Mr. Hoodoo said that cooking for him is therapeutic, and Mr. Hoodoo is a Taurus. So all you Taurus people, you Taurus sun people, you know what it's like. He does it because it's therapeutic for him, and he likes to cook for the people that he loves, right? So if you're part of his community, if you're a part of his family, he will cook for you, no problem. So yeah, and he said that commercializing it would remove that from him because that will be his job. He does this out of love because one of his love languages is doing things for others. Like solving problems and doing things for others. And cooking is one of those things. So that's why he does it, Nyla. Um, Let me see. Okay, so that's the question. Starry Eyed said, "What will it take for Black women to collectively get it and go better for ourselves?" Let's see. Ooh, okay. And that's a good question because I was kind of wondering that. I was kind of wondering that. So, what will it take? Mm, this is real interesting. Well, here's the thing. It's gonna take change, but we've talked about change before, right? A lot of people don't change because they're afraid of what they have to give up instead of what they could possibly gain. They're afraid of starting over. They're afraid of doing something that they've never done before. And that's a big part of it. So until Black women collectively decide to let go and decide to get it, it's not going to happen. So they're because the change isn't going to happen, it's not going to happen. At least not anytime soon. Because it's not going to happen, there's going to be plenty of this heartache. And unfortunately, it's going to transfer over into finances. I hate to say it, but it is what it is because we all know a hard head make a soft ass. It is what it is. Um, because a lot of women just their spark, their joy is about finding a man. And some of them will just take any type of relationship and partnership. But like I said, for Black women as a collective to get it, they're gonna have to change. They're not wanting to change because change is scary. You have to, it's just like nature, right? You have to kill something for new life to come. There has to be destruction to bring about new life. And a transformation like this is going to be heavily destructive, right? It's going to have to be destructive. And I don't know if you all can see that, but this right here, that's that's for Pluto, right? Pluto is a planet of heavy transformation and change, but it's like the purge that you need to bring in the new. Black women as a collective aren't ready to purge yet. So because they're not ready to purge, it is what it is. It is what it is. And it's going to keep affecting our money and our finances so much. And yeah, yeah, it's going to keep it's going to keep doing it. It's not good. It's not good. So that is that's what that's going to be. So okay, let me see. Let me see. I'm trying to see. Okay, that was that question. Oh, this is an interesting question here. Okay, this is the next question. And then I'm going to take a stop and look at the chat. Okay, so the next question is, are Black women soul contracts just to be mules for men? Let's see. Okay, let's see. Are black women sold contracts just to be mules for men? Oh, whoa. Let's see. No one's pretty smooth into that last shuffle there, so let's see. All right, and I'm going to remove this comment so I can move the chat. Okay. No. To answer your question, Donna, no. No black women aren't. But until black women learn to turn away from the thought process that your purpose is to be partnered up, all they're going to keep doing is dreaming about it. So it's not necessarily a soul contract for men. It's almost like, at least in this iteration of Earth, right? This dimension of Earth, there is something that black women need to learn, and it is to put ourselves first, right? But we're not learning this lesson as a collective, right? We're not learning this lesson. Um, we've yet to change our positions in our way of thinking on a lot of things. And until we change and get a new perspective on things, then we're just not going to make it. Like, we're making it as far as education and things like that, but the huge karmic, the huge the lesson for black women, like I said, in this iteration of Earth, is to learn to choose yourselves and to learn to do better. But we're, as a collective, we're not ready for it yet. We're not ready for it yet. I kind of feel like there are some people who are okay with it, but it's such a radical idea for the collective that it hasn't really caught on yet, which is why we have all these various movements that get railroaded, right? Like, we had the natural hair movement. We were fighting for, your natural hair in the workplace. And then it got taken over by people who are just in it for the money. And then the people of no color and then the biracials came and took it over. We have all these different movements that are meant for us, that are started by us and meant for us, but they just keep getting railroaded. They get turned into something else. And it's the same thing with BWE. This is part of that timeline of, we're starting something, is to empower us, to get us to put ourselves forward, but it gets railroaded, it gets turned into something else. And it's this lesson that, like I said, in this iteration of Earth, in this timeline, it's a lesson that it keeps being presented to us for us to learn, but we're just not getting it. So, hoocha. I need some water after that. So, let me see. No, I don't get any game vibes. Okay, let me go down and see what's being said. Nylon being lazy tonight. Okay, I'm going to kind of start some of these questions from the bottom because Donna had about 11 questions in here. Okay, so it's not too many more. questions. I'm going to start from the bottom. Listen, yeah, yeah. No, there were many women who were fighting for it for themselves, right? We saw the internet version of it, right? Because I remember that whole like 2012, 2013, part of it. Like I remember that. But there were a lot of people who were just like, you know what? I am me. My natural hair is my natural hair. Like even my stepmom, like she stopped relaxing her hair. She stopped coloring her hair. She was just like, I used to wear my hair like this all the time. So she's, ever since she's stuck with it, and like she's beautiful. She knows she's beautiful. Um, because there are a lot of things, visuals on TV, but there were a lot of women who were just like, this is me and you gonna either take it or not. But then it turned into, you know, um, biracials and white women and products being made for everybody's hair, instead of the 4A, 4B, 4C, being widely accepted, right? Because biracials and for the most part, their hair types, we all know how. Like if you've worked corporate, I've worked corporate, so I know what that's like, right? So it wasn't always just about men. Like it really was about, you're gonna take this and stop calling it nappy hair when it's just our natural hair, right? So it was a big thing about, the movement changing the wording, changing how we view it, right? So, like I said, we saw the internet version, of women trying to be attractive for men. We saw that, but no, it was more than that. Yeah, absolutely. This right here. Okay, Jadolf, what was this? Feel free to answer if you want. I have to go back and try and find it. My questions suck. Eclectic Tarot, skip mine. Um, if we don't change, stretch ourselves, yeah, that could become a possibility. And and that'll probably be another conversation because I don't want to talk about that here on this live. But there are some women, who do unalive themselves because they have made some choices and they just feel like they can't get out of it. So okay. Okay, Essence of Offset, if you're still here, darling, can you rephrase this question so that I can understand it better? Because I don't understand these questions right now. Or do you mean the battle against Black women by other people, or do you mean from other Black women? So if you can, darling, please rephrase that so I can better understand it. No, the collective hasn't yet. Not yet. Okay. So while Essence of Offset is rephrasing her question, and I'm not going to be on here too much longer because Mr. Hoodoo is upstairs in the bed and he turned on my favorite movie before I came downstairs, so he want to cuddle. I won't be here too much longer. When do Black women get to sit in their femininity? Let's see. Let's start with this. Okay, so Black women, let me pull these cards back. Right now, Black women aren't making the best choices as a collective. And until we start making better choices, until we start understanding our relationship to the world around us, no matter where you're at, no matter what groups of people you interact with, and until we start fighting for our justice, it won't happen until these things happen. We have to understand how things move around us, how the world reacts, how the world moves around us, because we're in this constant balancing act, fighting this constant energetic change, us and the world around us, us and men, us and this, us and that. And we haven't really gotten any true justice yet as a collective, but that is because as a collective we aren't making good decisions. So once we start making good decisions as a collective, start understanding how things move around us energetically, start understanding how we react, how our place in society, our true place in society, and we start getting justice. Until that happens, we won't get it. But these things have to happen in order for us to be able to sit in our femininity, because once we're getting the justice, that means that we've done the true work that needs to be done, and things will be better for us society wise, which will allow us to rest. Because a lot of things, every time we're starting a movement, every time we are, there's an empowerment movement, whatever it is, the natural hair movement is to give us some type of justice, is to give us a space and a place to breathe, but we're not getting that. A lot of times it's because of bad decision making. Like, I don't want to have to sound like the manosphere, but we do have to take some accountability with that. It's not just everybody else is doing wrong and we're all right. That's that's illogical, right? And when we talked about content creators just saying something, anything for the bag, part of what they're saying for a bag is that Black women do no wrong. And we all know that's not the case. Some of us really do make messed up decisions, and we have to learn from that. So until the collective learns from this, we won't be able to sit and rest in our femininity. So, okay. So if any of you are moderators, make sure that you are moderating, please. I don't know what's truly going on, but let's see. Okay. Starry eyed. I love you, starry eyed. Right. Yeah, and like sometimes when we're out here trying to save others, will bring us down, bring ourselves down with them. So you have to make a decision. And Black women have to make a decision. Okay, Essence of Offset, did you rephrase your question? Let me see. Mm, yeah, I get it. Thank you all for moderating. Yeah, no, I only do, and I hate to sound like, Black women and women in general are raised to just give and give and give and give and don't take care of yourself, and give and give and give, even if it's, not giving back to you. I don't do that. I deal and do for the people who do for me, who I know love me, who I know care about me. Everybody else know. And, it sounds bad because society has taught us that it sounds bad, but no. we have to be replenished as we give. So it is good to receive, right? And you should be receiving from people who claim that they love you. So, mm-mm. Okay. Essence of Offset, are you saying why are so many people against Black women? Okay, let's see. If I'm understanding your question right, then let's read on that. And I won't be on here too much longer, probably another 10 minutes or so, because I'm actually getting tired now. Okay, I got your Essence of Offset. Donna out here drilling in the chat. That's right, drill, baby, drill. Hey, Lala C, how are you? Okay, why are so many people against Black women? Let's see, why are so many people against Black women? And this will definitely be a lie for people to rewatch or, to go back and, just listen to, because the answers that Spirit is giving are very, very real. And yeah, why are so many people against Black women? And I'm getting tired, I can tell, because my voice is getting softer. Ew. I Donna goes straight for the jugular when she's drilling, and I love it. I love a good drill. I'm not messing up the energy of this conversation that I'm having with Spirit right now to drill, because baby, sending your ass to the 30th level of hell if I drill you. But nevertheless, we're here. We're here. Okay. Why are so many people against Black women? Lord. Lord, Lord, Lord. Okay. Let me. Hey, Auntie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. So, the cards that really stood out to me, and I'm about to end up wrapping this up real soon because Spirit is starting to be like, okay, they tired. So a lot of people do not like, and they fight against our being the essence of a woman. Like, we have goddess energy, right? A lot of people don't like that. And I know we've heard it said, I know, jokingly, they be like, hey, queen, this, that, and the third, but we really do have goddess energy, especially when we're talking about, and I don't want to go down that whole down that esoteric rabbit hole, but just know that we have goddess energy. We have goddess energy. Our form is like no other. And when you can't duplicate something, when something is already at a level so high, something that you can't attain, the only thing to do is to tear it down. Okay? The only thing to do is to tear it down. And it's sad because a lot of the world, as a global collective society, is against Black women, but it's our goddess energy, and it literally keeps people up at night. Like, we live rent free in the heads of so many, and they can't take it. They cannot take it. And like, for example, like, remember that video of the Asian woman that were saying, Black women are bald headed, Black women this, that, and the third. No one called for her. No one called for her. And some people will say that that's an issue of Black women not being protected. Spirit is saying that's an issue of that's jealousy, right? Because we have goddess energy. We have goddess energy. I'm not going to get into the different legends, the different stories, the different ways that Black women have been torn down through time, through myth and legend. I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to get into the whole esoterics behind Black woman energy. I'm not getting into that tonight because some people will say that that's not real. I'm not getting into that tonight. But we have goddess energy. We have true goddess energy that cannot be imitated or duplicated. Okay. That is why the world as a whole is against us, because we all know the power of a woman as far as our roles as, women being the ones who bring forth life. We birth nations, but it's something about us. It's our goddess energy, us being very, very close to the creator, that a lot of people hate. The world hate, because look at all the various versions of white. And while we come in various shades, there's really there's really one Black woman. So I'll leave it at that. But that is to answer your question, essence of all said. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, like we really do. We really do. We really do. We have so much power. We really do. And I really need for some of us to wake up and to see it. And part of that is the reason why some are mad when you say, like, hoodoo is a closed practice. It isn't for you. Why do you think they get mad when you say it's a closed practice? They want some of our goddess energy. That's what they want. Anything they can do to try and get it, they will. But to get us out of our goddess energy, they disrespect us. So, yeah, girl, I'm not going down the esoteric rabbit hole tonight, honey. Tonight, that'll have to be another stream. Okay, Donna says I'm about to go. And I'll give an offering to Venus and Apollo. Yes, like one of the spirits in my court is Aphrodite herself, bye. So, child. Okay, so, okay. She said, don't worry, troll is deleted. Hi, current comment. Oh, goodness. What did Donna say? Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not going down esoteric rabbit hole. Thank you. Connected some dots. Yeah. So, yeah. So this was a very interesting. Um, this was a very interesting message. All the messages were very interesting. Some things confirmed. Some things were just like, ooh, okay. But a lot of it, I think, we have talked about, over these past few years, um, with some content creators making things known, you know, but overall, it's not looking good for BWE. Overall, Black women are in a almost like a karmic cycle, almost like I said, for this timeline here on Earth, the one that we're in right now. Um, the one thing the Black woman as a collective has to learn is that We have to do better. We have to choose ourselves, and that choosing ourselves isn't wrong. And because we aren't doing that, because we aren't, as a collective, because we aren't willing to change, we keep getting set up and we keep getting stuck. It's like a self fulfilling prophecy over and over and over again and again. That's why plenty of these movements, just like the body positivity movement, it went from, okay, accept our curves, to something completely different. And then that changed and morphed into calling someone overweight or obese is a slur. Like all these different things that were centered around us and for us and created by us, even, Black Lives Matter. I actually knew at one point in time, I knew some of the people who, came up with that idea, and it was based in, hey, things are happening to us out here. We need some justice. And then it just turned into like some like things always do when it comes to us, right? It turned into let's let's get a bag, right? So until as a collective we just learn the lesson, the soul lesson, because there is a soul group for Black women, like, if that makes sense. Until we learn this ultimate lesson here for this timeline, we're going to keep falling into it. The few of us that have come out of that, it's not enough. We need to be like at critical mass as a collective in learning this lesson for things to truly change for us here on this earth timeline. So it's not happening. It's definitely not happening over the next couple years. Honestly, I don't know if it'll ever happen, as long as I live here on this planet. But, yeah, whew. This is true. They tried and they failed. Yeah, so and this right here is very important, right? Ladies, choosing yourself goes beyond men and relationships. It means taking care of yourself, taking care of you, whatever it is. Your spiritual self, your mental self, your physical self, your emotional self, like all points of who you are. Take care of yourself. A relationship, when you are taking care of yourself, when you are healed, when you are empowered, then you're in the perfect position to have your presence graced, um with a partner, if that's what you want. But we honestly have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do. Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like all the different things that we've created to try and push us forward, get things to change on a global scale, get our justice, like what we were talking about. All those things were either taken over by outsiders or destroyed from the inside. And right now BWE is being destroyed from the inside because for many people they need a bag. And this is a way to get a bag. So, um what's this? Okay. Okay. Yeah, let me see if I can give you a wrench. Hold on one second. Girl. Hold on, girl. Let me mute this real quick. Okay, there you go, girl. Yeah, I just blocked him. So starry eyed. You good. It's all good, Donna. It's all good. I got him. I removed the troll. So starry eyed, you now have a wrench. So yeah, that was that was very interesting. Now we see from at least from what spirit communicated to me tonight. Now that we see now that BWE is being destroyed by the inside. It's going full steam ahead to Idiotville. Um, there are many, many, many black women in BWE who saying they don't like men, that they don't want a man. They secretly do, and are probably just out here doing, um, living their internet lives. Black women as a whole do not have self confidence. Black women as a whole, because we do not have self confidence, we're not taking care of ourselves. We're not making good decisions. Um, and this is how some of our, if not most of our movements go sideways or get taken over, right? And the world is against us because God is energy. So that pretty much sums up so many different things. And yeah, and just like this comment here from Donna Dash, choosing yourself goes beyond men and relationships. So Donna's so funny. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So that's crazy. So yeah, so like I said, oh excuse me. Excuse me. Like I said, I'm getting a little cold now. Like I said, yeah, it's been very interesting, but this was a real conversation that needed to be had. Um, and I don't know, maybe Nyla and I will review this at some point. Um, just to see if Nyla has time to go back to she can go back and watch this because like I said, she and I have talked about this. I think we talked about this months ago. So very, very interesting, but it is what it is. And yeah, yeah, and it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's so funny because when Mr. Hoodoo and I were getting together, um, I was preoccupied. I was not looking for a man or a boyfriend. And then here he came out of the woodwork. So that's very true. A lot of women ask me, what did I do to get a husband? And I'm just like, what do you mean to get a husband? Like, I don't understand the question. Yes, women have asked me that, but being thirsty is not a good look. It's really not. But we have not hit critical mass in taking care of ourselves and putting ourselves first. So, or making good decisions. So until we do that, we're going to be on this whatever the empowerment movement at the time being roller coaster is. That's what it's going to be. So okay, thank you, Q. I don't say much, but I listen and move and act accordingly. I wish the same for the community, but as we know, everyone can't come. Get well soon. Yeah, thank you. No, this is very true, and we have to be okay with leaving those behind who become a detriment to all. And some of us haven't learned even that lesson yet. So I guess we'll be watching the show because I'll be over here learning, growing, and healing. Yes. Thank you for being here, Starry Eyed. Starry Eyed is always on point. Yeah, I was literally like in college working on of paper when Mr. Hoodoo came along. Like I really wasn't even looking for a man. So yep, yep. But I think that there's nuances to it. There are ups and downs to everyone's backstories, but for me, I did see um, healthy relationships with, like my parents were in healthy relationships. Like I saw my grandparents in healthy relationships. Like my grandfather did everything for my grandmother. He paid all the bills in the house. Things like that. My dad always provided. It was never a question if I needed anything. I got what I needed. I got what I wanted. He took care of me as he supposed, like he did all the right things, right? So when Mr. Hoodoo came along, I pretty much had the idea in my head, like, okay, I knew what was good and what wasn't for me. Um, and I'm not saying that that's the way that it's gonna always be for people, for women, but I just can't throw away, and someone will call me a mammy, but that's fine. I will not throw away an entire species or group of people because other people have had, mm-mm. Yeah, I just won't do it. I'm not saying mammy, but you know, yeah. So you are welcome, wisdom. Is everybody good? Wait a minute, Donna said older women like you and Nyla. Wait a minute. I'm 39. I'm not older yet. I'm 39. I'm not older yet. But yeah, so anybody has any last things? Anyone want to say anything before I end this live? Is everybody good? Does anyone want to say anything? Maintain standards, bodies, and absolutely. Absolutely. Standards, boundaries, and expectations. Absolutely. And self esteem for yourself, self respect for yourself. You know, yeah, yeah, yeah. Anything older than 20 is older than me. I'm only 20. Oh, you're only 20. Okay. Well, I'm going to be 40 this year. So technically, you could be my child if I had a child young. So, okay. It's a compliment. Older means sexier. So y'all looking better than most of us young ones these days. Listen, okay. Do you see my skin? Do you see my skin? This is no lotion. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I drink my water. I exercise. Like I don't have any lotion on, but my skin is looking good. Okay. But yeah. So, well, thank you for the compliment, Donna. Okay. Well, I'm going to go. Mr. Hoodoo was watching some video on his phone upstairs and it's loud. So that's a signal for come on baby and come get into bed before I go to sleep. So thank you, Auntie. I got the good skin gene from my parents. My dad had good skin and my mom has good skin. So I have the good skin from my parents. So we're gonna thank the Lord for that one. Okay. All right, everyone. With that being said, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me this evening. Thank you for the questions. Don't forget to join me tomorrow for for those of you who are spiritually, magically inclined or who just have questions about something. Don't forget to join me tomorrow for the live about how to get your works to work, right? It's the new year, the new calendar year. A lot of people are trying to get their magic in order. I will be sharing with you all what I do that helps to get my magic to pop to work because there is some logic that we have to put to it, and there are some things that I think should be done that will help your magic go further and do more for you. So if that's something that interests you, I'm going to be sharing my tips and all like that live tomorrow. Okay. Snap. You're welcome, darling. Thank you, darling. I'm here for it. Q, go to bed. Good night. I will. Okay. Yeah. If you all need a reading, would like a reading, spiritual consultation, tarot tutoring on something else, um, visit me. And do not forget to sign up for the spiritual protection session that's going to be on January 24th. I'm going to talk more about protection. Like, protection goes a long way, and we're going to talk all about it. So don't forget to sign up for that session on January 24th. Shout out to Starry Eyed for coming through with the website information. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all around the YouTube space. Good night.